Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero and we are back again on to day 4 with the same coping and seething nonsense about this speedster coming from the Rippaverse, the second speedster, mind you, because this isn't the first one being introduced into this universe, but for some reason these guys are still going on and on about it, and now even more gay ops has come out with Ethan trying to essentially talk about he's gonna help start a LOLSUIT, allegedly. Even though he got owned and had to do a whole statement about the Comicsgate trademark, but that's beside the point. We're just going to be talking about here that and a bunch of other retarded haters, as we always do, because as usual, they deserve to be made fun of because they consistently do the same stupid crap all the time. But I just want to start before we get into that. Yes, Yaourt number 3 is being fulfilled as of today, the 18th of August. Right off the bat. And we also have an announcement that I held on for a couple of days where I'm going to be having Per Berg, aka Norwal, on my channel on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a live stream to talk about his latest project, Hotel Story, and possibly some other announcements that may happen during that live stream. But this is what they're, again, crying about, this whole Blue Shift character. Actually, the story is called Blue Shift. The actual character's name is Zephyr, once again. From Rippazine, number 5, coming in at 989 total books sold and 25,000 in total sales. Now, this is, of course, a magazine, a 50-page magazine, not a full-fledged comic book. So it's basically short stories being introduced into these magazines where the possibility of the character being written about is made into a full-fledged comic series. So it is going to be a lot cheaper to get in on this. It's only $8 plus shipping for this magazine. So get in where you fit in. You also get exclusive previews from Norfolk of Glorious Death, The Great War of Separation number 3, The Black Eye Club, and The Curse, which are a bunch of comics that are coming very soon. So now we have, of course, funding a lawsuit. Ethan talks about crowdfunding money to sue Eric July because he believes in infringing on someone's trademark. Let's get into this.
If this person this person is being bullied by a much bigger...
This person's being bullied by a much bigger creator. Bro, you've bullied people out of CG for the longest time.
Wealthier creator, right? Like, Eric's definitely got more money than whoever this girl is who does...
I mean, he could essentially bully you too, but you're not worth the time nor the effort.
Blue Shift. I think it's a girl. The real Blue Shift.
The real Blue Shift, even though there are multiple comics named Blue Shift in indie comics. But go on, Ethan, and tell your retarded lie.
I could picture myself getting involved in trying to raise money for the legal defense or legal offense of this person. Why should they have their character ripped out from under them by Eric July?
They haven't had their character ripped out from under them. Their first Blue Shift campaign made $1,200, bro. Years before Eric July created Rippazine number 5.
Just because Eric doesn't care about trademark. This would be the second time, he's proven that he just doesn't care about trademark. He doesn't care about the people.
Eric's never violated any trademark to begin with, so how could he not care about a trademark that he never violated?
People who have a mark for trade that they've owned and they've used to make money for an exceptional period of time. He doesn't care about that. That doesn't mean anything to him. I don't know if the ISOM lawsuit taught him anything at all.
The ISOM lawsuit, that was an actual lawsuit that literally meant nothing. It was going to be an absolute nothing burger, something I predicted when that happened. I did a whole live stream about that and called it an absolute nothing burger, and that's what it ended up being, and all you clowns ended up looking stupid because you thought Eric was going to get some kind of L, and you claimed settling amicably while paying $0 and making assumptions that Eric has to pay the ministry, even though there's zero proof that he's actually paying any sort of royalties to the ministry, which you can look up their tax records very easily and see that there are zero royalties involved with the ministry. You still sit there and clamor onto this idea that for some reason Eric has to put these names in front of ISOM, even though there have been younger depictions of ISOM, and you idiots are the same people that claim that Primeval is also a prefix to ISOM, even though it's a toy line.
This reaction is not good. Just change the name.
Go suck a dick. How about that? Just change the name. Just get your books out, loser.
Scott Christie Jones says, I'd be happy to crowdfund him being sued.
None of you brokies have money like that, bro. None of you broke-ass individuals have money like that to be doing anything.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would be willing to donate to it. We have a pretty big platform here. My videos get seen.
Your platform is dead, bro. You don't grow in subscriber counts. What platform? 1,000 viewers for a 135,000 subscriber channel, bro? Like, you don't really have a platform, my guy. Come on, even I can be real about this. I have 2,500 subs, and I have 20 viewers watching me play Donkey Kong. Like, bro, I would never claim that I have a huge platform. Like,
10, 20,000 times, views. So, I think we'd be able to reach enough people to raise the money. If everybody just donated a few dollars, to the creator of Blue Shift for the purpose of defending their trademark.
That still wouldn't be enough for a trademark lawsuit.
I think it would probably be helpful. People could do it, people would do it, I think. That's what this community's about.
Yeah, your community is about having tortious interference happen with Eric July. That's pretty obvious. Yes, and your community is also involved in the canceling of other creators like Ed Piskor. But we don't want to talk about how many creators you've tried to cancel over the years because the list is way too long.
Independent creator rights. Eric July is not independent at all.
Yes, he is. He owns everything involving Rippaverse Publishing. He's completely independent. He doesn't rely on platforms like Indiegogo and Kickstarter, unlike you guys.
He's not somebody who is part of the indie scene. He seems to be actively trying to hurt indie creators by...
This is like saying Todd McFarlane isn't part of the indie scene, even though he basically runs Image Comics.
Callously knocking them over with... he doesn't care.
Yes, just like he doesn't care about you existing, because he doesn't talk about you at all. As you guys sit there and be complete narcissists, you and Juju the cow every single day now, it seems, lately. Okay. And, of course, as I wake up, as I usually do, typically living rent-free in the heads of absolute clowns who support this garbage cancellation that's going on with Eat the Van Skyward, constantly trying to cancel other creators. As you sit there and get 9 likes, and my response to you gets 12 likes because no one actually gives a crap about EVS sycophants constantly thinking about me and me living rent-free in your head. You saying, I hope we can bring some light into his life. Let Eat the Van Skyver be your light. You know what that's the sign of, bro? That's the sign of you being in a cult and you not realizing that you're in a cult, because that's how it starts. You have to figure it out that you're in a cult. Claiming that EVS is the light, even though I've been hearing this for 2 years, even as he creates nothing of value, he creates picture books that are going to be worth absolutely fuck all in the future. Nobody cares, bro. He's not creating anything except drama and bullshit. He's not creating any actual product for people to purchase. He's creating promises and delivering nothing. The fact that you believe I'm as big as EVS is hilarious as you hide behind a logo for a profile picture. Nice projection. And this is what you actually look like. Congratulations, you played yourself. And then you have other clowns talking about, I probably won't go after Sturgis anymore, as he's clearly mentally not all there. Yeah, the guy who's calling out the nonsense and staying consistent when it comes to criticism is the guy that's apparently not mentally all there, as you clearly don't know ever what the fuck you're talking about. That's why I tapped out. You know how many times you've said you've tapped out and you've tried to come at me and I've constantly BTFOed you, Chuck Reardon, you loser, as you sit there again and hide behind a fake profile picture, as you always do, as you clowns always do, claiming you should have empathy for me even though I constantly monetize your hate and your retardedness every single week, nearly every day, it seems. At least lately, because you guys are crashing out over a speedster character trying to perform gay ops as you always do. But I digress. The best thing the CG community could do is ignore Sturgis. He has no reading comprehension or logic due to his cognitive impairment. I just read your sentence. That would show that I have reading comprehension, you fucking idiot. Learn what having reading comprehension is before you use words. Please shut the fuck up. Y'all are clowns. That's 100%. Here's the thing, though. You came at me, homie. You're too stupid to be on my actual intelligence level. You're too stupid to read past a first grade level as you sit there and claim Eric's business is failing like every other NPC retard has been saying for the last 3 years. You guys are the same retards that can't read a simple story like Isom and understand the plot or tell anyone what his power set is because you guys are that fucking stupid. It seems like the actual fans of the Rippaverse that can read and actually have read books like Isom and others can tell you what Isom's power set is because we're not fucking low IQ like you guys are. And I will say this now, you don't have to like the books. I don't really care whether or not you like books from Rippaverse Comics, but don't lie. It's not that hard. As you guys continuously say that I lie about stuff, yet when I ask you about lies that I supposedly said, you can't say anything. You have nothing to say. Name the lies or spread since it's so easy to do. Comicsgate is dead. Truth. Ethan's a washed-up comic pro. Truth. Ethan is jealous of Eric's success. True. Ethan's a racist. True. Because if anyone's seen Ethan's thumbnails, it seems to always focus on the fact that Eric is black for some strange reason, and the fact that he plays minstrel shows and other things as he talks about Eric on screen. But totally not a racist, am I right? Your only response is, everything you just said is wrong, you can't help yourself, can you? As everyone laughs at you. It's literally you going, nuh-uh, it's wrong because I said so, as you take another L and get ratioed once again by multiple people. Just like Thor Phalenson over here. God damn, your boy Zach out here dropping bombs like he's the pilot of the Enola Gay. Bruh. Like, I understand you work on multiple projects for CG, but you don't have to suck them off so much. Zach is dropping about as many truth bombs as you are dropping better characters than the people who work for the Rippaverse have created. I'll give you the answer, 0 and 0. 0 truth bombs have been dropped, and 0 characters from you have been dropped. Because you know damn well you really can't do anything better than the Rippaverse. I'm sure there are people that can, and again, the artwork from the Rippaverse isn't my favorite artwork. My favorite artists are Alex Ross, Todd McFarlane, and as of right now, Kentaro Mora. And even Joe Ball's work. He's basically the Western Kentaro Mora at this point, the way his artwork is going. Looks better than anything Ethan could ever freaking make. He's making philosophical points about Rippaverse. Eric isn't selling to the average comic buyer at all, just to his fans with diminishing returns. Yeah, bro, the same diminishing returns where Eric is basically making the same amount of revenue and is going to surpass the revenue as far as the campaigns are concerned, and his back end is up 42%. But go on, I guess. Diminishing returns. Sure, bro. I buy other comics that aren't Rippaverse related, or do I need to redirect you to my pinned tweet as I get more likes than you and more interaction, even though you more than likely have a bigger account than I do? You do. What the fuck do you think Ethan does? Sells to his fans. Mind blown. What a concept, I know. By the way, Eric advertises on other social media platforms that are not YouTube and X, because I've seen them on other social media platforms. They're not very hard to not see because they're everywhere. Need I remind you of my pinned tweet? I have a bunch of CG stuff. Oh, I don't know. I have The Case of the Lotus Umbrella. I've read that. That's pretty good. I have Berserker, Blade Devil, Cyberfrog, Starlight Cats, Star Blades, Fiendish, Inglorious Rex, Isom, Reign of Ages, She, Hardly Heroes, Alien Alamo. I have plenty of things that are not Rippaverse. Wall Might, Common America, even more She, Acromanic Chronicles Blue, Soulfinder, Infinitale, Stealing Solo. I even had the Cyberfrog Omnibus at one point. I don't have it anymore. I got rid of that crap. And then you have other clowns like this. Yeah, it's trash when they keep copying their own stuff too, dummy. And my art is better than yours, guy who went to art school. Just because you ask for a speech doesn't mean you get a lazy ripoff, dummy. I'll let you guys see the man's artwork. Your art is absolute trash and better than mine, buddy. I've never put all of my art on the internet. Also, it's art you've seen from 17 years ago, and your art is still trash by comparison. My guy, you made knockoff Earthworm Jim, you fucking retard. It's ironic how these guys call Blue Shift, or sorry, Zephyr, a knockoff character of the Flash, which again, they cannot name which Flash because these guys are fucking comic book tourists and not realizing there are 10 plus different variants of the Flash, right? But this is what you created. This is the slop that you think is better than what I drew 17 years ago. My guy, you made knockoff Earthworm Jim, and this is still a more relevant character than whatever garbage you made. What are we doing? If you want to be out here talking about ripoffs, what the fuck is this? What is this? If not a ripoff of Earthworm Jim? Bro, ain't no way. Ain't no way, dude. And then now you have a narrative of, oh, the Rippaverse quote-unquote fans asking for things is a made-up thing by Eric July that people repeat. I will give it to Eric July. He has done a great job since conception by creating fake hype through manipulation. And it would take him about 5 seconds of research to figure out that he's incorrect. Homie, considering you know absolutely nothing about the Rippaverse fandom and what they have asked for, you should sit this one out before you get embarrassed. It's clear to me you've paid zero attention for the last 3 years, and since I've been in this since its inception, I would suggest doing some research before you make false claims about a fandom you know nothing about. I'm Exhibit A. When ISOM 1 released, I asked for a Norfolk solo book, and then one was created. Boom, narrative destroyed in 1 second. If just to further embarrass you, here's a tweet I made from 2022 when Eric asked, excluding Yaira and Isom, which characters introduced in Isom number 1 are you most excited to learn more about? And I wrote Norfolka and the band from 2022, the year Isom 1 came out. Here's 2023, where Eric says, for the side characters in Isom number 1, which ones are you excited to learn more about? And I wrote Norfolka again. So 2 years in a row, I wrote Norfolka as a character I wanted to learn more about, or characters, I'm sorry. Norfolka is a group of characters. I think the main person's name is Valadon, because it's been a while since I've read about Norfolka. It's been forever. But it's been forever since I read Isom 1, because I read it in 2023 is when it actually released. But, because I don't remember. But I asked for Norfolka twice. It's not that hard to find information like this. If you go to any Rippaverse fans' Twitter and you just simply search, you would find the information you're looking for. But because you have to push a narrative, as most of you clowns do, you don't do any research whatsoever. And there you go. In 2 seconds, I was able to destroy your narrative. It's not hard, bro. Like, just do basic research. It's not that hard. But it's absolutely hilarious watching Ethan think he's going to put money into a LOLSUIT again, as he had his own LOLSUIT that he lost, and then talk about the ISOM trademark lawsuit that went nowhere. They settled amicably, and the only thing they had to do was say that ISOM, the character, is not affiliated with ISOM, the ministry. It's not hard, bro. All the information is openly and freely out there for you to explore, and yet these clowns want to push a narrative that doesn't exist. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and return viewers. If you do like this video, smash the like button. Comment below if you feel about this. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or go live on the channel. See you guys in the next one. Peace.